helping your wife is a choice. It's the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you do that, definitely you are going to get.
You need to start with being medically fit, especially if you have a health condition.
I lock up myself in the restroom and I gorge myself with a bottle of a drink. Who's gonna know I did that? Nobody. But then I don't do that.
Engage yourself in charity. It cleanses the soul.
What do you think about our naan bread and chicken kebab? Beautiful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and welcome to this episode of Ramadan with Hollandia, a program designed to educate you about fasting and how to get the best out of this season, both spiritually and physically. It is the duty of the Muslim parent to teach their children all about Islam and show them how to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why introducing children to fasting and other acts of worship is required. This is what we'll be talking about with our guest on the show. Ku kasance tare da mu.
Ramadan is a time of sharing light, joy, and nourishment. This Ramadan, let's share more than meals. Let's share moments that bring us together. Hollandia, lighting hearts, homes, and communities.
Thank you for staying with us. Today we're exploring the topic introducing children to Ramadan. With me here is Mrs. Nafisa Ibrahim Abbas. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Baraka da azumi.
Baraka Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem to you as well.
Thank you.
So, Mrs. Nafisa, I have a couple of questions for you. The first one is, I want to know, why do you think it is important for parents to introduce their children to Ramadan?
Okay. Ramadan is the fourth pillar of Islam. It's a huge part of Islam. It's very important in Islam, and we need to let our children know. We need to give our children an identity.
Mm-hmm.
As Muslims, they need to understand the importance of Ramadan as a fourth pillar of Islam. So, and it's not, you need to tell children. You need to give them an identity. They are Muslims, what make them Muslims. You tell them the five pillars of Islam, and Ramadan is part of it.
Yes.
So
you catch them young. So you're trying to say you catch them young.
Exactly.
You start them off when they're young.
In the changing world that we find ourselves in, we need to give our children a form of identity. And you being a Muslim, understanding Ramadan and its importance is so important for children.
Yes. I agree with you absolutely, because your identity is who you are.
Exactly.
And whatever you start learning when you're young, that's what you carry.
Exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
What are those activities you think you can get them involved in to prepare them?
You can involve them in the cooking in Ramadan, and I give you so you involve them. My 9-year-old is always so excited because I involve her in the menu, creating the menu.
So she feels
right now she's been asking me, Mommy, when is Ramadan? When is Ramadan? I have some recipes I want to add to the menu. So that's involving them. And also there's this activity I do with my kids, like some few weeks to Ramadan. We create Ramadan cards, handmade Ramadan cards with them at home, and then we buy some small stuff like candy, biscuits, and all that, and they give to their friends as Ramadan gifts. So it's teaching them the act of giving during Ramadan and the act of showing them the importance. So when you involve children in what you do, you kind of show them the importance
of what you're doing, and then it will come easy for them again.
It will come easy for them as they're growing. They've seen you do it, so it becomes part of them.
Awesome. That's an amazing point. So, at what age would you say children should be introduced to Ramadan?
Really, there's no age or timing where you say this is the age where a child is supposed to be introduced to Ramadan. The child will grow up seeing you fast, and I think once they understand the concept of fasting, they know that you're fasting. They ask you, say you're fasting, and they say they want to fast. They should be allowed to. Once, as a parent, you assess your child's health status, they're physically fit, they're okay, they don't have any health complications, they should be allowed to fast.
Yes, I like the fact that you mentioned when they're mentally aware.
Once they're mentally aware, they can do it. You can see it from what they do. Sometimes you give them food, they go to school, they come back, they say, Mommy, my friend is fasting. I did not eat. I'm fasting tomorrow as well. And you let them. It's okay. Yes.
So there are other activities from the actual fasting now. What are other activities do you think you can engage them, to get them ready for the actual fast?
The actual fast. Okay. For Muslims, Ramadan is a month that is filled with and packed with so many activities. From the family time you have together, from the cooking, from the going to the market, so many things. So when you do these activities together with them, they understand the importance of Ramadan. Before this Ramadan, my child was so excited because she's always part of doing the menu with me. Mommy, when will we do the menu? Mommy, when will we do? So we sit down. I have my menus to include in this.
It's already ready.
Exactly. So we do it together. They understand that this is important, and we do hand activities. We create cards for friends and family. We give it to them. We buy small things for children. We give it to them. They give it to their friends, their cousins.
To welcome them.
So it comes in with so much fun for them.
For the kids.
Yes, and this leaves lasting memories on them.
Yeah.
So as they're growing up, they realize that Ramadan is very important, because this is what I have done right from when I was a child. It won't seem like an obligation.
True.
It will be like a way of life for them.
Okay. That was an interesting one. Let's move to our next segment, the kitchen corner. Keep watching.
Ramadan is a time of sharing light, joy, and nourishment. This Ramadan, let's share more than meals. Let's share moments that bring us together. Hollandia, lighting hearts, homes, and communities.
We'll now continue with our discussion on introducing children to Ramadan, a responsibility that parents hold. Nafisa, how do you cope with children who are not yet of age, to fast? How do you cope with them if they want to fast?
What I would say is we should encourage them. Encourage them in a way that it should be very important. In your as me encourage them, say you wake them up for sahur and you monitor what they eat.
I understand that, yes, but what about those that they're not yet of age, but they still insist, mommy, I want to fast, and you know that they're not supposed to be fasting at that age.
They eat and they wake up, mommy, I'm fasting, daddy, I'm fasting. 10 o'clock,
they can't
yes, you just count the hours. Yes, you've tried, mashallah, you understand.
Even if it's after they've slept, you count those hours too. When they're sleeping, you tell them that it's time to break your fast.
Sometimes if they're very young, even if they insist, you tell them no. Once you reach a certain
yes,
exactly. Children get dehydrated.
Take water and milk. Azumin ka ba zai karye ba ko take water and Hollandia UHT milk.
But I'm always of the opinion that you encourage them. Just encourage them and monitor them.
Awesome points there. Okay, let's move on to our Did You Know segment, where we bring you some interesting facts. Did you know that fasting during the month of Ramadan not only involves abstaining from food and drink, but also from negative behaviors such as gossip, anger, intolerance, and impatience?
Ramadan is a time of sharing light, joy, and nourishment. This Ramadan, let's share more than meals. Let's share moments that bring us together. Hollandia, lighting hearts, homes, and communities.
That is all we have for you on today's show. Thank you so much, Mrs. Nafisa, for coming. I have a gift for you from Hollandia.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, this is so lovely. I have my strawberry here as well.
To jama'a, kasance tare da mu a wani sabon shirin namu na Ramadan with Hollandia. I am your host, Asma Gambo. Ma'asalam.